Hello, students, and welcome to American Literature. I'm very glad that you're here. I am Professor Book, and I will be your instructor for the duration of this 4 weeks. I wanted to create a kind of helpful navigational video to help you with knowing where to access things that you're going to need in the class for your journey through American literature. So this will be a rather short video, but I'm hoping that it will help you as you are working to understand the course content and navigation. Hopefully you can see my screen here, and you'll notice this is what you are going to see when you first log into your American literature class. The first thing that I always encourage students to do is make sure that you are checking the announcements area each time you log in. I will post a new weekly announcement each at the start of each week, and then also announcements throughout the week to kind of give you information to help you stay on track. I will also normally send those via email. So if you will make sure that you are checking your Kaiser student email on a regular basis, that'll keep you in great shape. So this is essentially the homepage when you first log into the class, and I'm just going to walk you through these items on the left-hand navigational panel so that you'll kind of know where to access things and what's up and coming. If you click on the Meet Your Instructor tab, you're going to find my introductory post that includes information about me and my credentials and how long I have been with Kaiser and so forth. There's also a link to a statement of my educational philosophy. You'll also see the link to access our weekly live sessions. We will have 2 opportunities to meet together each week, synchronously, so that we are all at the same together at the same time. Most of the time, though, our initial weekly session will take place on Wednesdays. So each week, this month, this 4 weeks for this class, we're scheduled to meet on Wednesdays from 8:15 to 9 o'clock. We also have an additional time that we will meet in the week. And so those are posted, as you can see here, the second time. Each of our sessions, when we are live together, I will be providing information that is designed to help you to succeed in the material that is presented each week for your studies. If you cannot attend, I will be recording the sessions and I will post them here as well as in the Kaltura Live area. There is just one link for you to access the live sessions. And so that should make it easier, a little bit easier for you. And I will also post that link in our weekly announcements to kind of help you in that regard. Their late work policy is also shown here. This course has a fairly lenient late work policy, particularly a little bit more lenient than what is provided on the syllabus for this class. So all students are provided with the opportunity to submit work 1 week past the deadline. Now, the exception to that policy is the discussion boards. So you want to make sure that you are definitely working to participate in the weekly discussions, since we cannot make those up for any reason. So those discussions, weekly discussions, are open from Sunday to Sunday. That's a full 8 days. So be sure that you are meeting the requirements in posting during that time. Now, I want to also point out that there is the syllabus in that left-hand area. There's the email tab, and then you'll want to get started at the Getting Started tab. You will be learning about this course, the course overview and our objectives. And then there are a couple of preliminary requirements that you'll want to be sure that you complete before you start your classwork, and that is the course certification and syllabus acknowledgement, as well as the pretest. Then once you have finished those initial requirements, you'll start on week 1. Our weeks are essentially laid out in a very similar manner so that you will be going through and understanding that you want to complete all of the assignments that are listed for the week. So in addition to the weekly overview and learning objectives, there is a pretty succinct list of learning activities that need to be completed each week, with designations given, in terms of, so that you'll know what you're going to actually be earning a grade for. And so making sure that, if you're keeping track, I always suggest that students create some kind of schedule for themselves. If you have a planner, or maybe you use an online tool to help you. I'll also be posting some additional resources to help you in that regard with time management and so forth. But I always suggest it's really a good idea to come into the week at the start and see what's up and coming and kind of plan your week out. And so that you can do a little bit of work each day so that you can be most successful. Typically, if you're waiting till the end of the week, it's kind of tough, especially in this class, because there is reading and writing involved that takes some reflection and thinking. And so I really, starting out, encourage everyone to make sure that you are planning to spend a little bit of time working on your assignments each day. Then we have our weekly readings. In week 1, we'll look at the discussions in a minute. Week 1, you have several modules to complete. The first one is the American Dream Lecture and Acknowledgement. This module is essentially just asking that you go through and study the material and then kind of check the box that says that it acknowledges that you have done so. There isn't really an assessment, quiz, or a writing assignment that has to be completed. It's just a matter of you going through, studying the material, and acknowledging that you've done so. The Literary Analysis Tools module is one that needs to be studied closely and understood before you go to post on the week 1 discussion forum. Because on that week 1 discussion forum, you will be demonstrating your understanding of what you learned in this Literary Analysis Tools module. When we get to our week 1 live session, when we have class on Wednesday night of our first week, I will be talking kind of in depth about the information that's presented in this module to make sure everybody understands it well. You also have an author's lecture and quiz and a literary terms lecture and quiz. So those 2 modules, you'll want to go through and study the material that's presented, take the quiz. And then for week 1, for your writing assignment, you have a creative writing assignment, which will go into depth. Each week you'll have a creative writing assignment, except for the week when you have your essay. And then you will not have a creative writing assignment. You'll have an essay. Okay, so I want to mention, so that is our first week. Everything is accessible really on this left-hand navigational panel. The one way that I encourage everyone to access our weekly discussions is by going to the discussion tab rather than within the week. The reason why is if you click on that, you're able to see all of the discussions that are currently open. And if you go and click on, let's say for week 1, we have an introductory discussion as well as a week 1 discussion based on the content that we're going to be studying and reading this week. So we also have this in this area, the Ask Questions discussion. This is a place for you to go to post questions that you might have about content, about due dates. Please refrain from posting any questions related to personal issues, to include things about grades and so forth, because it is a public area and we want to make sure that any private information is kept private. And so please contact me via email if you have those type of questions. When you click on the discussion, so for example, the introductory discussion, this is a graded assignment, so it isn't just, you know, introducing yourself to the class. It's actually responding to a prompt. So when you click on the discussion, the way that you're going to respond is by clicking on the create thread. And then from there, you'll be able to post your response in the appropriate area there. Okay, and then tutor.com is available. I think students have, let's see, what is it? I can't remember, 5 hours a term. So if you need additional help, maybe this is a place for you to go. We also have our Kaiser Online Writing Lab and English Help Center, which I'll talk about during our first week's live session. The Kaltura Live is kind of replaced our Kaiser Live. This provides us with the opportunity to have really kind of a more robust place for us to go together, go in together and have class, have actual synchronous time where we're actually one face to face. If you've used Zoom, it's kind of a whole lot like Zoom. I have included the sessions, and as I mentioned, we'll have two 45-minute sessions each week. You're going to be joining the session by just clicking on the link, or you can go directly by clicking on the Kaltura Live tab. There are videos and all kinds of help if you need that additional support with it. But we will be using Kaltura Live for our live sessions. Okay, well, I hope that this has provided you with a little bit of information regarding navigating through and around the class. I really look forward to our discussions, and I encourage you always, you know, to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns or anything that I can help you with for the duration of the class. And I am very excited to meet you all, and looking forward to our class. Take good care.